Hello, my name is James Walker, and this is my friend Bill Cluck, and we're co-founders of the Atheist Christian Book Club, and we're excited about this thing that we're putting together. I'm a Christian apologist, and I met Bill, who's an atheist, a little over a year ago, and he's been after me quite a while to do something like this, so we're excited about it. We're meeting the first Friday of every month here in Arlington, Texas at our offices, and we're going to be discussing a book from a Christian perspective and a book from an atheist perspective. We're going to go back and forth, a Christian book, atheist book each month, and we're going to we are inviting atheists and Christians to sit down for discussions of those books. We'll have some snacks or pizza or something like that to get started every Friday evening that we do that. So Bill is tell us about how you became an atheist and what you're hoping to see out of our Atheist Christian Book Club.
Well, when I was a Christian in North Carolina, I attended some Baptist churches, and we had a creation evolution class, which was fantastic because we discussed the old earth, young earth controversy, can science support the Bible, and a lot of topics which we would delve deeper and deeper in, and became very interested in that. Then I went and at a Sunday school class in North Carolina, was invited to see Bart Ehrman at Barnes & Noble. And within 30 minutes, I realized I had no clue about New Testament scholarship or higher criticism.
Of course, Bart Ehrman is a former Christian, now
became an atheist
too. He's a well-known New Testament scholar and critic of the New Testament.
Right, and debates many atheists and so forth. But I read all his books and realized that I had some shortcomings in my faith and knowledge about Christianity, and was a very positive experience for me to learn the different views of scholarship.
So at that point, did you lose your faith in the Bible and in Jesus? And is it at the point that you became an atheist?
It had a strong impact on me, as did reading John Loftus's books and website, his Debunking Christianity website, because I saw the opposite view, the opposing views of Christianity and the critiques, and I just felt that it didn't live up to what I had expected.
Well, one thing I like about you, Bill, is that we have something in common, is that we both had a crisis of faith and lost our faith. I was a Mormon before I became a Christian. I came to a crisis where I completely lost my faith in the Book of Mormon and the prophet Joseph Smith, and I made a transition from Mormonism. Now, of course, I'm an evangelical Christian, but that challenge to my faith is what gave me a huge interest in apologetics, and I want to know, why do I even believe what I believe? And so this is ended up becoming a career for me. So I'm a Christian apologist now and try to answer those issues. But one of the things I found out early on in my Christian faith is that all of my ideas sound brilliant at church. But then I find out when I go, I've been for over a year now, meeting about once a month or so with the Metroplex Atheists. You remember that group?
Right.
You invited me. And what I find out when I sit and talk with those guys is that some of my ideas are better than others. And all my ideas aren't as brilliant as maybe they first sound. So it's great for me to be able to talk with somebody who doesn't share my worldview. And I think it makes me think more clearly. I think it makes me a better thinker, so to speak, and maybe that's the same for atheists as well.
Well, absolutely, is we have what's called confirmation bias. We're good at confirming our own biases, but we're not good at disconfirming evidence, looking for evidence that disconfirms what we believe. So that's why it is important to expose ourselves to other beliefs and books and so forth to see that our faith is the right one and that our ideas are valid and the right ones.
Well, Bill and I would like to invite you. Now, we are very limited, so it has to be RSVP, and you have to have a reservation to be here, but we want to open this up. We can have maybe a maximum, I'm guessing, of 20
or so.
20 people, but we're hoping to at least have 8 or 10, something like that. And we want to keep it about even with atheists and Christians. Mm-hmm. We're going to alternate. Every other month, we're going to look at a different book. We're going to look at a Christian book, books like maybe Hugh Ross's Improbable Planet. We're going to look at the atheist book. Bill, what's some atheist books we might look at in the future?
Well, Faith versus Fact by Jerry Cohn, which just came out recently. Why I Became an Atheist by John Loftus. And 10 Beautiful Lies About Jesus by David Fitzgerald are some of the ones we might take on. And the Orthodox atheist books like God is Not Great by Christopher Hitchens, which everybody's excited about.
Well, I'd like to say I'm really excited about that. There's a little bit of trepidation to that, but I really do think I can learn something from this, and hopefully it's a two-way street. That there's some of the things that we see from Christian apologists and some great books by people like Lee Strobel or C.S. Lewis classics or something like that. This is some things that can get the conversation generated.
Well, and Hugh Ross's fine-tuning arguments, which he lays out on his website, Reasons to Believe and so forth, are a formidable case against some of my atheist beliefs. And other atheists have said the fine-tuning arguments are probably the best arguments for God and Christianity.
Well, we'll find out that.
We'll find out, yeah.
So I want to invite you, if you want to be a part of this, our website, www.atheistchristianbookclub.com, and put in a reservation. We'll save a place for you. We'll have some pizza and some soft drinks or something like that, and a great time. So we look forward to seeing you soon.
See you there.
Thanks a lot.